Hello everybody. Welcome to this new moon ritual in February. It is also in Aquarius energy, and it's also in the planets of Mercury and Venus. So that being said, Mercury is the planet of communication. Venus is the planet of love and feminine energy. So this specific new moon is amazing for kind of intention setting around, your love life, your abundance, and all of those sort of things. So get very clear and precise on those intentions, because the new moon is all about new beginnings, new goals, again, new intentions, and just a new kind of clear focus. So picking out keywords that you like to focus on for the next 4 weeks is also very, very beneficial. I wanted to go over with you guys some things that I have tried with my specific new moon ritual. I am also going to incorporate some new things I am very, very excited about, and I think you guys will enjoy. This specific video that I'm giving you, there's many options. So if you don't have that much time, just kind of pick what you feel like is calling to you, utilize that, and just kind of go with it. And so I also wanted to mention that this specific new moon is the only new moon in 2021 that goes void of course right after it hits the new moon. So we are supposed to wait 13 hours to do our new moon ritual, or else it's said that, our wishes won't bear fruit because there's no energy for the wishes to kind of cling onto while it's in that void of course. So void of course is meaning that it's not in aspects with any of like the planets and stuff like that. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that I like to do with my new moon rituals is just I like to cleanse myself and cleanse my area. I don't do a full house sage or, cleanse unless I was feeling like I had to. So again, I like to light candles because I'm going to be using Palo Santo to cleanse the house, cleanse myself. And it takes a little bit to light. So if I'm using matches or a lighter, I just kind of sit there and it's just more so a little bit mundane. So actually I'm going to use I have a new Palo Santo stick. So I cleanse myself, and with this ritual, just like the full moon ritual, if you did watch it, so I just kind of let it go for a second, kind of catch flame, pause as I am giving instructions, and do the exercises again, the ones that are calling to you, etc., etc. So I have my beautiful feather wand. I kind of just give myself a cleanse all my chakras, and I will, obviously I try to presence myself, and I find that when I do, my Palo Santo or my, sage, whatever I decide to cleanse myself with, it presences me like almost immediately. So that is one of the reasons why I like to do it at the beginning. So again, I will cleanse all of my stuff that I'm going to be using, all of my surroundings, my areas, and then I will be putting it in my shell. So I want to do it so not everything else burns. And obviously be very cautious and aware of your surroundings. I wouldn't do this, with my kids around or anything like that, or even my cats, because we all know how cats are. So now that we've cleansed ourselves, I am going to move my candle over there. Another great start for a new moon ritual or full moon ritual is practicing some yoga if you have the time. So just even like a light flow, nothing like too crazy or vigorous, or even yin yoga, so holding postures, really like getting into that fascia and just kind of like relaxing and presencing yourself. So yoga, and then followed up with a meditation. And like I said, you don't have to do all of this. You can just do what you have time for or what you feel like is calling for you. You can hop on YouTube, or many apps actually have new moon meditations. So I will typically do that. I will pick a specific new moon meditation on YouTube. This new app that I'm using has one, so maybe I'll try that tomorrow, since I won't be doing my new moon ritual until tomorrow after the void of course is complete. So now that we have presenced ourselves, one of the best thing to do is, like, after your meditation is just like sit there and think of all of the people in your life that you are extremely thankful for, like about however many, 10, less, however many you want to think of. Think of these people and how, you know, how much you love them and the gratitude and love that they have brought into your life, and just sit there and like give them thanks and just feel those feelings of gratitude, okay? And so now that we have those feelings and we're sending them out to these people, we are going to do the fun part. Yay! It's the new moon wishing. So the fun part of the new moon is we get to, you know, set some goals and set some things that we really like. And so since our energy is in the Mercury and Venus, it's really good to set, you know, like prosperity goals, like abundance goals and love goals. And so I'm going to go over with you guys some of the crystals that I picked specifically for this, but meanwhile we are going to sit, and for now, before we write it down, we're just going to think of all of what we want to create in our lives, the intentions that we want to set for the coming 4 weeks, and just really be with those feelings. You know, let whatever comes into your head, it can be as specific or as vague as possible, but when doing this, it is definitely best to pick something that you actually believe could happen. So the chances of you winning the lottery is obviously next to slim. So if you pick winning the lottery, your subconscious doesn't actually believe it. So therefore it won't, you're not sending off like that, those energies and those vibes, if that makes sense. So pick something that, you know, that you feel like is attainable and then maintainable, and just sit with them. Okay. So now that we have done that, now we are going to write it down. So we're going to write all of our wishes down, and the next part is the part that I have not done, so I'm very excited for it. Write your wishes down. Another fun thing that you can do is actually draw, like doodle what you think it is too, and then that way it's more visual. And so now we're going to write them down, and I'm going to say you can do very like in-depth goals that are like longer, but then we're going to shorten them to just like something that we can fold up into, you know, a good like little piece that we can do. And then this is what we are going to do with our intentions. We are going to, it's kind of like seeding them or planting them, I guess, in like our crystal grid. So this is, again, if you don't have crystals, don't worry about it. This is an essential for doing a new moon ritual. It's all about intention setting when it comes to this, and just like, you know, doing whatever you can do to make work. So I don't have an actual like crystal grid, so I'm going to be using this bowl as my crystal grid. In the middle, we are supposed to have like like a clear quartz, and essentially it would be ideal if it was a wand, so it'd be pointing up. So I have this clear quartz that is pointed, like rigid. So I have this in the middle. I have some selenite as well underneath. So this is a cleansing stone too. And then I have some black obsidian. So anything like black tourmaline, black obsidian, black kyanite is really good for the new moon energy. So this one is actually snowflake obsidian. And then I have blue tiger's eye, which is also a great one for new moons. Aquamarine I have also chosen because we are in Aquarius energy, and this is a great stone for Aquarius. Oops. How dare I drop my beautiful stone. And then, oh, this one, I can never remember this one. It's, ooh, you know what? I don't even think I'm gonna go there. Maybe it'll come to me, but for some reason I just like, I can't remember it. So this beautiful guy. Again, I noticed when I was kind of like looking up for the new moon, it's a lot of like the darker stones. And then emerald is also another great one for for the Aquarius energy, but it is also an abundance attracting stone as well. So that is what my kind of new moon intentions are going to be around also. And same with this. So this is pink tourmaline. No, I think is it tourmaline? Yeah, so I believe that this one is pink tourmaline, and basically anything pink has to do with, you know, your love chakra, just feeling the love and giving the love. And so since we are in the Venus energy, I wanted to also make sure that I picked a pink crystal. And so now that we have, like, this is like how my grid is essentially set up, I am going to take each one of my wishes and I'm going to fold them up, and I'm going to put them underneath each stone until the next new moon or full moon. I think I'm going to do it until the full moon, which is 2 weeks away. And then you pick them up, you know, you reread them. You can burn them. Some people like to burn their wishes after the new moon energy is done. Some people like to keep them, maybe like keep them in a jar, just like, you know, just something to reflect back on and be like, oh my gosh, like I wished on that and it came true. So I don't think I'm going to burn mine. I haven't burned my new moon intentions in the past, and I don't necessarily plan to, but you can do that. So if you want something that you can do to kind of help your wishes come true, is you use your pointer finger, or again, if you have like a wand crystal, because it's pointed, point at each crystal and then point to your clear quartz, and then just go to each one. And then it's like you're putting your intentions and clearing them with this energy as well. Okay, so now that we have that, all of that set, what we're going to do is really feel the feelings, like visualize as if we already have it, because our mind and our body doesn't actually know the difference of whether it's real or it's imagination. Crazy, right? So really just visualize and actually feel those feelings that come up for you. And you know, if you cry of like gratitude tears, that is like ultimately like, woo, your dreams and your wishes, like you definitely intention setted those babies, and I would say visualized to the core. So if you get those emotions going with whatever you are wanting that comes with you, that is like liquid gold and amazing. Okay, so now that we have those things, so that is like, I guess, the essential kind of heart, I would say, of a new moon ritual. But these are some of the other fun things that I'm going to show you, and I'm very excited. So the one I actually have done, these are called universal manifesting checks. So obviously they are not depositable, but they look like they are. Am I right? So I don't know. Oh, my checkbook is over there. So I just got a checkbook off Amazon, and I will write, you know, like an income goal, whether it's like a big goal that I have for like the future, like down the line, or if it's like an income goal for the next month. I will write it down and wish on it at the new moon, and especially this new moon, because we're all about abundance and love. And honestly, when we feel love, the abundance also comes, because the love frequency is very high. And so when we have that high frequency, we match all of those frequencies up there as well. So I will write that in there. And one other thing that I do is I write it in a gold marker. So if I have anything that has to do with prosperity, abundance, or just something, you know, that I really want to attract, we naturally are drawn to gold. So when we see gold, we think prosperous, because it's just how we are. You know, like back in the however many years ago, gold was the only form of money and like trading. So essentially, subconsciously, it's rooted in us from ancestry and all of that good stuff, that we are attracted to gold, and we think of money when we see gold. So I use my gold pen. I bought it specifically for this because I am that person, and if it's placebo, who cares, because it works. So I use my gold pen and I write it in there. And something that I have actually just got, and I have not used it yet, and I am so excited to use this. And I think I am going to spread a little bit of it in my crystal grid bowl here. So it's gold. So these are little gold flakes. And so gold is one of the most ancient, sought after of all precious metals. Gold was first found in the US in 1799. That's nuts. In North Carolina, followed by Georgia gold rush in 1829. In the South Carolina and Tennessee then moved west to New Mexico and Arizona. In 1949, the California gold rush started. So this is kind of like a keepsake. I'm going to use it for, again, like stuff like this. I have some other fun things that I'm going to use with it too, that I'm not going to go over right now, but this is going to be a fun thing. You know what? Yeah, no, actually, because I haven't done my ritual yet, so I'm going to wait to put it into my crystal grid bowl here. And the next thing that is really, really good for luck is bay leaves. So bay leaves are basically kind of like a lucky charm. So if you're doing any kind of like, you know, prosperity jars or anything like that, again, with intention setting, writing your intentions down on the bay leaf. So I will use my gold marker. I also have a black permanent marker. I don't know if the gold will show up really well, but if I put my obviously intentions and energy into it, I don't think it matters what color the actual marker is. So I'm going to use that. And then afterwards you burn your intentions. So now your intentions and your feelings and your attachments to this specific goal and intention that you set is now off into the ethers and off into all of the energies. So that is one thing, again, that I have not tried yet, but I am like so excited. I'm gonna have the most fun tomorrow doing my new moon ritual. It's gonna take me hours, but it'll be so much fun. And it'll be so freaking powerful too, right? So that is what I have, and that is basically what I have for my new moon ritual. And I'm going to do a new moon reading for you guys as well with my Moonology cards. But first I wanted to give you guys a few questions actually that you can ask yourself this specific new moon. So one question you can ask is, have I been detached to the point of appearing uncaring? With who and why? So this can be a question more so from the like Mercury energy of, you know, the communication and et cetera, et cetera. The next one you can ask is, do I actually believe in my own abundance? And if not, how can I change that? And the next one I have for you is, which structures in my life do I need to smash down and break free from in order to tap into all of this intention setting and energy that I want to manifest into my life? All right. Let's do our card reading. You guys, I am obsessed like with oracle cards. It's just like, I don't know, something about it I'm just so like magnetically drawn to, and it's just it's fun. I mean, like, it's a fun thing to do, but it's also a great way to, like, I think that's how I tapped more so into my like spiritual side, is just like asking these cards. And just when you like, sometimes you don't get what you want to hear, but then you keep shuffling and guess what, the same thing comes up. Or there'll be like a week where I get the same card almost every single day, and I'm like, okay, universe, like, I got the freaking point. I'll listen to your callings. Okay, so what we do is we knock on our cards 3 times or tap them. Some people like tapping like this. So basically we are just tapping out all of like the old energy that, you know, may be lingering on from the past sessions. And so the questions that we are going to ask ourselves, I'm going to do a 3-card flip. The first one is, what is rising up in me? And the second one is the main message of this new moon. And then the third one is the final outcome. So I will just shuffle them until basically I feel like I'm ready to stop. So this will be a collective reading for all of you watching this video. And again, it's just a fun thing. I wouldn't take it like super seriously or anything, but sometimes they can be super powerful and eye-opening. Afterwards, I also like to journal on the cards I get too. It's just, again, more of like a, it's like more of like a reflecting, you know, just reflecting kind of what happened or whatever, what I think, why I got that card, etc., etc. Okay, so now I'm ready to stop. So first one, what is rising up in me? Take time to breathe out. All right. So I will go over the descriptions briefly afterwards as well. The second one is, nothing will come out of this situation, and it is a void of course moon, which is kind of ironic because at this very second the moon is actually in void of course. So we have that one. And then the last one we have is, a personal issue reaches resolution. A full moon in Cancer. Okay, so that one was the final outcome. So I'm just going to give you a brief view of what each of them mean. Sorry, I have like a small cold, but it's not bad, so I'm not complaining. All right, so the feel like I need a sip of water right now. Sorry. Okay, so what is rising up in me? So the intensity of the full moon has abated, and what are we left with? So this card is asking you, it suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked and it's time for you to regroup and relearn from your experiences rather than kind of blindly going ahead. So have faith that what is happening is for the best, and give yourself time to breathe, relax, and just know that we can't have our on swish going at all times. And if you feel like you've hit an obstacle or failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. And so be honest with yourself and just know that life goes in cycles. It's all a part of the process. So where I am right now is okay. You know, you need to take some time out for yourself. You should know where you stand either now or very soon, and avoid falling into a slump. Share your wisdom with someone else. And it's, yeah. So that is like basically the energy of coming from that moon. So that is, again, what is rising up in me right now. And then the main message of this moon is the void, of course. Okay. So in a form of astrology known as hooray, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded, a void, of course, means nothing will come out of this matter. The situation will not bear fruit. And this may or may not be good news, just depending on what you're asking about. So for example, if you're worried about something, whatever it is, this card can be taken as a sign that there is nothing to worry about. But if you're asking about a project or any kind, including a new relationship, this could be a sign to adjust expectations, possible change, and just like be aware of like a different outcome. And so just be aware and be okay with changing both your beliefs and your behaviors. And so right now with this specific card, the best thing to know is that I trust my highest good. What is of good is only in front of me. Believe that you'll get what you need. Surrender to the divine. Take time out, meditate, contemplate. The changes of something are diminishing. And then the full moon in Cancer. Okay. So things are likely to get very heated. So this is the final outcome. So things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now, or something around your question. It's important to be sensitive of others when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds a time to deal with any family situations or issues coming up, but there's nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. So this card suggests that both the domestic matter or private issue will soon come to head, and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is time for you to step and agree to overcome your insecurities. Yes, I love that. So like your affirmation for the specific moon would be, it may be best to move towards what you want in like a sideways manner. So just like even thinking about it, like taking it a different path. Some advice would be meditate to soothe and heighten emotions. Don't be clingy, stop sulking, and have you had enough family time lately? And just basically, don't worry, all will be well soon if you're feeling emotional and feelings and everything like that are coming up. Okay, so that was the reading for this new moon. And so you can make what you want out of those cards, like make what you mean out of those cards. I don't know, I feel like that didn't make sense. You guys know what I mean. And a good affirmation for this specific new moon as well is, love and abundance now flow into my life. Love and abundance now flow into my life. Love and abundance now flow into my life, because of the energies like I talked about before in this new moon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this new moon. Let me know if you plan on doing this ritual, and if you do, I am very excited to hear how you enjoyed kind of like tapping into this side of you, this intuitive side of you, and then the outcome, you know, what happens in a month. And you know, sometimes our wishes from one specific new moon can still happen 6 months later. So I am very excited to hear where this takes all of you. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this. Time is obviously of the most valuable thing in this whole wide world. So thank you. I hope you all have a fun and just like very present time doing your full moon ritual. Okay? Namaste.